Hello, and welcome to Week 4, Collaboration and Competition in Game-Based Learning. In this video, you will learn how to connect 21st century skills to game-based learning objects, why it is important we make this connection, and how to integrate collaboration and competition into game-based learning environments. The discussion of the mechanics and components behind collaboration and competition in game-based learning can guide the design of future serious games, such as games that promote learning and gamification processes. Let's start by reviewing three core concepts and definitions. First, we have collaboration. We've all collaborated with peers and acquaintances, whether it be on a sports team, in a classroom, or in the workplace. Collaboration is defined by Kian and Clark as the ability to work effectively and respectively with diverse teams, exercise flexibility, share responsibility, and have a willingness to compromise to accomplish goals. Next, we have competition. Competition is defined as working against another entity to attain some kind of prize or advantage over them. Lastly, we have game-based learning, or GBL for short. Game-based learning is a learning mechanism that utilizes the theory of gamification. It describes an environment where game content and gameplay enhance knowledge and skills acquisition, and where game activities involve problem-solving spaces and challenges that provide players and learners with a sense of achievement. Now that we have defined collaboration, competition, and game-based learning, let's move on to their relevance within 21st century education and workplace systems. As most things do over time, relevant skills have evolved, along with their pertinence within various institutions. Kian and Clark note that the educational systems no longer value 21st century skills, which is an important reflection for those interested in creating instructional design objects within educational settings. So what are 21st century skills? 21st century skills are defined as learning and innovation skills, such as critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication, as well as information, media, and technology skills. As you might have noticed, these are not skills that you learn once and potentially never use again, for example, writing in cursive, but are skills that you learn and continuously cultivate over time. This evolution has proven to be beneficial. As Rios et al. Mention, these soft skills are currently in high demand within professional settings, specifically oral and written communication. Noted by Kian and Clark, formally assessing such abstract traits can be challenging, especially when only using traditional assessment practices. Historically, especially within educational settings, we are taught that there is only one correct answer. As this is rarely the case in real-life situations, it is where the much-needed integration of serious games becomes relevant. Games can properly gauge complex skills that are not easily assessed by multiple-choice questions. With this being said, as we have discussed previously in this class, effective game-based learning depends on the quality of the game design. For games to be effective assessment techniques for 21st century skills, they need to incorporate something called flow theory. If you have ever played any games for entertainment, such as Skyrim or the Red Dead Redemption games, you've probably experienced flow. Players experience flow when they are immersed in the game they are playing, making them lose track of time and become fully engulfed to complete the assigned task. Their activity is driven by pure pleasure rather than external rewards. This immersion is also called maintaining a state of flow. It is easy for entertainment games to maintain flow, but once you begin inserting educational information into a game, the flow state can break. If broken, players can lose the immersion factor that positively affects learning and player motivation. To combat this in entertainment games, designers use player analytics to adapt challenges, which is a tool instructional designers can utilize as well. There are many opportunities for game-based learning to be utilized within instructional design. However, first practitioners will need to overcome hurdles such as obtaining prerequisite knowledge of understanding GBL theory and game development. Now that we understand the importance of our 21st century soft skills, let's take a closer look into the effect collaboration, competition, and motivation have on game-based learning environments. In GBL environments, collaboration and competition have proven beneficial in meeting higher learning outcomes, such as utilizing communication and complex problem-solving skills to complete tasks. It is important to note that their effectiveness does rely on several factors, such as group dynamics and the current instructional objectives the players are asked to learn. It is equally important to review research backing the mix of both collaboration and competition within the same game-based learning object, as this has been known to facilitate player learning further. For example, consider the game Foldit. This biology-based game has players interact with protein structures via online tools. Both collaboration and competition have been implemented in gameplay, as players can collaborate together via teams to solve the same problem, while both individual and teams' performances are ranked and shown on a leaderboard. Research has indicated that player motivation becomes heightened when competition and collaboration are integrated within the Foldit game. Motivation plays a huge part in game-based learning. As a basic recap of motivation, there are two types: intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic motivation is the desire to perform well because it satisfies our basic psychological needs to feel competent, belong, and have a sense of control over ourselves. In contrast, extrinsic motivation typically pertains to tangible rewards such as money, prizes, points, etc. These are important terms to know, as findings show that collaboration and competition in game-based learning should be designed as intrinsically motivating activities, rather than players only being motivated to win. This does not mean that collaboration and competition cannot coexist, but that they should be methodically placed within the game, such as a problem that can be solved via a collaborative role-play design. Tying a few ideas together, collaboration and competition can also enhance the 21st century soft skills we've already discussed, especially skills related to problem solving, decision making, communication, and conflict resolution. The bonus of using collaboration and competition is adding in critical social interactions. Being able to hone in on this set of skills during game-based learning brings additional benefits to the workplace, as refining these qualities can help make strategic high-level business decisions. In this video, we reviewed several key concepts relating to our Week 4 objectives. A common theme between both readings is the mention that overall, while more research is needed to determine the effectiveness between game-based learning, collaboration, and competition, research so far has generally provided positive findings. It is truly an exciting time to utilize game-based learning in instructional design processes as technology continues to advance and become ever present in our personal and professional lives.